Guys, welcome back to Good Morning Columbia here on this Memorial Day 2018 as we remember, we celebrate the lives of the 1.2 million Americans who have heard the words. On behalf of the President of the United States and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a token of the honorable and faithful service of your loved one. The words that are said all too often for these heroes who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Joining me this morning, Command Sergeant Major, retired Martin Wells. First of all, sir, thank you for your service to your country.
Honored to do so.
Your background, of course, reaching back to West Point. How many years did you actually serve? I know it's about 1 million, right?
I served 26 years and 7 months.
Wow, 26 and 7, you got that. But a very distinguished career, and you continue your service working with soldiers. I know you're part of the Centennial Park effort we'll talk about here in a little while. But let's talk about Memorial Day. There's a difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and sometimes people get them confused.
Correct. Memorial Day, which was came about as Celebration Day in 1868, about 3 years after the beginning of the end of the Civil War. But then fast forward to 1971, it was renamed Memorial Day, and it initially was observed on May 30th every year. But since 1971, it's always been the last Monday in May.
Right.
And it's dedicated to pay dedication to all veterans, members of the United States military, are giving their lives in the line of duty in all of our conflicts.
Sure, and that goes all the way back from the Revolution up through even the small skirmishes and such in the 80s and 90s, the Vietnam War, of course, the Korean War, any police action, anything like that were related to.
Correct.
Right? As well as that. And again, the Veterans Day, which is in November, of course, that is for veterans, anyone who has served, who raised that right hand, taken that oath, and been willing to make that ultimate sacrifice.
That's correct. Well, on the 11th day, the 11th hour, the 11th month,
sure.
11 November is Veterans Day.
And we talked about some of the drill and ceremony. Part of it is the flags that will fly at half staff. They were lowered. In fact, we watched it get lowered at 0600, or 6 a.m. to you and I, anyway.
Correct.
And at noontime, it goes back?
Right, from 6 a.m. to noontime, it's flown at half staff. And then at noon until sunset, they'll raise it to full staff.
Excellent. All right. Celebrating and honoring the heroes. And I made mention earlier, Sergeant Major, about the families who have given that gift to us as well, and their loved ones, and made that sacrifice.
Absolutely. I've been fortunate enough not to personally feel such a loss from my family. But for instance, yesterday in church, we had 5 families who have been impacted by the loss of a loved one through the years. And it really makes you think, for those of us that have served, how fortunate we are and were. But those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, they deserve this and much more, in my opinion.
All right, Sergeant Major Martin Wells, retired United States Army. Guys, stay with us as we continue on to Memorial Day 2018.